All right, we are up. Welcome to another edition. We're doing a doubleheader for us as far as broadcasting is concerned.
As long as the battery lasts.
Yeah, as long as the phone battery lasts for game of the week, playoff edition.
Yeah.
Because we're already done with the
Nice.
regular season. So we're joined by Mark, and then myself, JB, and then Carlos, who is you're the catcher for LTA, right?
Yes, I am. I'm the newbie here, like transmitting with you guys. So happy to be here.
But you know a little bit about kickball, so it'll be good for us to get some practice for next season.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tonight's matchup is going to be Suck My Kick versus Kicking and Screaming. Kicking and Screaming in the blue, and Suck My Kick in the blue. But
Like the turquoise.
Yeah.
But yeah.
yeah, there you go.
These are-
Turquoise with hot pink numbers.
That's right. K and S, keeping it breast cancer aware.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about the matchup that we had before this. It was Kicks versus New Kicks on the Block. Mark actually had that last play, and you kind of like ran into.
I was
It's
kind of
just second
caught in
base there.
between sliding and diving. I was previously called out at third, erroneously on all charges. So I was kind of caught in between doing a dive there, and I ended up kind of going on my knees and taking her out a little bit.
He was a little bit pissed off, so he went cleats up.
I'm an equal opportunity employer, so I'm not going to cut anybody slack. Girl, kids, humanity.
Manny is here,
At the end of the lineup? Okay.
adding Manny to the end of the lineup. Oh, what a beautiful
So
night.
it was a close call, and New Kicks on the Block gets to go. Well, actually, I'm
Just to
sorry.
move
That
on.
last out was not a close call.
They-
Thankfully, she's all right. My knees have seen better days, and New Kicks on the Block gets to advance.
They're 3-5, and you guys were 5-3, right?
Yeah, it was a 4-5 matchup, so we were actually pretty close. We had played previously once, and they had actually beaten us. I think 1, maybe 2-0, something like that.
And then in the
So-
last minute, we also heard word from the rec division that the 4-5 matchup also ended in the same manner. The 5 beat the 4. So I actually don't know the name of those teams because I don't have the roster in front of me right now. So
I don't have a bracket either.
well, tonight's matchup, Suck My Kick versus Kicking and Screaming. Kicking and Screaming has one loss to Smoking Aces, I believe.
No, I think they are undefeated with just one tie, and I think it was
No,
the Scoregasms. They're in the top of the league, and then Suck My Kicks at the bottom there with
You guys,
one win.
you guys played Smoking Aces. Was that your one loss, or
You guys tied one, right? Or
No, we lost one.
oh, did you? Okay.
no, it was to Smoking Aces, right? Okay, so that would put them at 6-1.
7-1 or something like that. Or
Okay.
6-1. Either way, they're very good.
And this is gonna be a very interesting match since like both teams are very powerful. I have played against Kicking and Screaming, and they are like awesome. Like they're on top of their place, and I know the other team. I forgot their name. What is it?
Suck My
Suck
Kick
My
or
Kick.
SMK.
Yeah,
SMK. Yeah, they know what they're doing. They have experience on kickball since season 1 in Sun City Kickball. So it's gonna be a very interesting match.
we're 2 strikes in, 1 ball.
As Marco bunts down the line, but it goes foul.
Foul. 2 strikes, 1 ball, 1 foul. You got the roster in front of you, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm trying to write down the names. If I say the wrong name for the wrong person, they will put it down the roster. And a bunt, and it looks like he's going to get a hit there.
First base.
Yeah, so
And that
Sosa
wa-
a faster runner. So
That was Marco.
Or was that Sosa?
no, that's Sosa.
Okay.
Sosa?
Okay, I got to flip it.
Awesome. No, that's great. At least we know. Yeah, it should be an interesting match here. I want to say that KNS has come out on top against Suck My Kick many times, but I don't know.
Another bunt, and it looks like he's going for second, but he's going to be a little late. So 2 on, no outs.
We could be pleasantly surprised.
That was a bold move by the catcher trying to go for second, but he did have a fast runner.
Yeah.
Marco was heading down the line pretty quickly.
That was a good heads up.
So Rick is next, and I bet he's gonna kick it to the outfield. Oh no, that's a
Another
bunt.
bunt, but they go to third. They get the out there, and they look at second. Oh, the runner got a little too greedy, and he actually made it to third, and now he's heading home.
That's a nice strategy. Very
And-
risky though, but nice strategy.
And Rick advanced to second on that. So there's a score of 1-0. What happened was they went to third to get the force out. Second runner going to second, rounded the base a little bit too much, and they caught him leaning out, but there was an error in the pickle rundown, and he was able to get to third and home.
We may be running out of battery here, so
Is that what that beep is?
yeah, letting us know. We'll see how long it lasts. So if we only get a few minutes in here, at least we get a little bit of practice. And Suck My Kick can get some footage this season since they didn't have any at all.
You're robbing me of my glory.
Who is that?
The battery. Oh, and there's a big kick that actually doesn't go too far, but lands in front of the second baseman. He's in the shallow outfield, and a run comes in.
And that kicker, I believe he's actually an expatriate. He played for the Patriots, the soccer team here in El Paso.
You did?
Yeah.
I think that was, I don't know if it's Polly or Pooley or
Poli.
Boley. Okay. Yeah.
So the score is 2-0 right now.
And we got Luis up.
Looked like the referee won.
Oh, really? Well, folks, our battery went down, but JB was able to save the day, and what you missed was another run scoring as KNS is up 3-0 now.
3-0. Sorry, I haven't gotten that up on our scoreboard yet, guys. But
Oh, one run came in while you're switching the battery.
KNS up 3-0.
Bottom of the first.
Who do we have up kicking?
We
This
have
is
Lineup says Marco.
Marco.
That's an out.
That is an out. He did.
Automatic out.
I guess he got a piece of it. And,
Yeah, he did touch a little bit of the ball. Unfortunately.
a fraction.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it from my angle.
Got Andy up.
So that's a bunt.
Bunted to the left.
Nice.
Safe.
We have a man in first base and 1 out.
That's interesting. When teams hit it's called small ball, right? Mark?
Yeah.
When
We're trying to
you're-
work it. Especially that was a good dead area where, it wasn't – you didn't have to – a lot of times it's going to go down the foul lines, but you can let it roll and it'll usually go out. But right there, he popped it up into a good dead area between the third base and pitcher. And he got there. Third baseman made a good shot to make it somewhat close. There's another bunt, and looks like
Foul ball.
double hit. Double hit or a foul ball, not sure which one, or if it's the same thing.
A double hit counts as a foul.
Yeah, no, it does.
So I guess it would mark. You would just mark it down as a foul, I guess.
I am not keeping score, sorry.
Yeah. Well, and then
Or,
we don't have the fancy app that Troy has
No.
that keeps the score. He keeps all the stats. It has all the player stats and everything. It's awesome. Next year we're gonna implement it. And we're gonna actually be able to put it on the screen for everybody.
Whoa!
That's a high kick. It's kind of a foul ball.
Nice.
That was a belly shot.
Yeah.
How is that foul, though?
I guess it counts as a double kick as well. I guess.
One of the more interesting kicks of the season by Daniela with 1 on, 1 out. I'm not sure what the count is on her right now.
3 foul balls. And,
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Wow,
What was
very
that?
high.
That was
Yeah.
a little close there.
He just pretty much tried to bean her.
Yes.
It was
a little
looking
bit
more at her shoulders if you didn't catch that on the camera because it was moving quickly.
a little bit of intimidation right there, but
Well, and Rick is one of those more powerful pitchers, and he does. I have seen him do that a few times, using his pitch to scare the kicker.
Oh, that
that's
was
an out.
controversial. That looked close.
yeah.
That really did.
I
And
can't-
he kind of hesitated before he even called it as well. We've been noticing that with this.
I thought that
ref.
was a clean kick, but who knows?
It looked clean to me, too, so I think Daniela got robbed there.
We
So
have-
now there's 2 outs with 1 on, and
Brian's up.
Brian's up.
Waiting for somebody to get off the field. Marco to get off the field.
Oh, 1-1 count to Brian
One
here.
ball, 1 strike. Brian's trying to watch his pitches, waiting for the right one. Ball looked a little high. Got his first verbal warning for a high pitch. Next one, he's not going to let go. Ball.
So 3-2 count, or 3 balls, and he has 2 strikes on
3
him. I
balls,
believe.
2
Yes.
strikes. That was clearly a ball. I saw that one right over the white line there. Hits it,
That's a foul ball. They almost got it, but
kicks it out to third. Falls foul before he can come in. So what do you have down? 3 balls, 2 strikes,
and
1 foul.
Yes.
Yeah, Brian's a pretty patient hitter. He usually takes his time,
He
lets it
does.
come
He
to
waits
him,
for
and-
that pitch.
But he can definitely boot it out, get it out into the outfield.
I've seen him
That's
before.
a
Yeah, he
solid
And he
kick.
puts one out
saw
there.
a kick
but
out to right field, and
That's the third out.
3 outs.
They were positioned quite well. There wasn't much to be done there. Just Southern float on over and grab that.
Well, and you noticed that kick. Okay, Hugo at the bottom
Hugo and Manny.
On the other team, right?
on
No, this
kicking
is,
and screaming.
This is I messed this up.
Oh,
This
okay,
is
you got it backward.
Yeah, I did it backwards.
You notice that with the kicking and screaming, their defense, they actually do watch players of the other teams, and you can see their defense shift when certain players come out on the field. Like when Brian came out on the field, I saw the shift from far left to far right. Everybody shifted over to the right because that's usually where he tends to kick, and he tends to kick deep, so they had somebody back there deep to catch the ball just in case he kicked it out there. And that's really good defense. As far as kicking and screaming is concerned, they actually do keep tabs on players of other teams.
Yes, that's. I mean, we have played for so long that they study
Right.
each other. So.
It's kind of like playing cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That familiarity over the years grows, and you get an idea of where to shade people. As some people are straight bunners, and some guys are going to go for the outfield.
Right. Who do we got up to kick?
We have Nadia.
Yep.
Nadia up to kick. Strike one. Rich looking solid. After last week's game, he looked a little bit shaky in the doubleheader that they were playing. Nobody got to see that on film, though. Ball. But his head just wasn't in the game last week. And
Definitely. He was laboring throughout as we had some fun with him.
ball. Looks like he's a little bit more he's concentrating a little bit more. He's ready for the game.
Yeah, definitely last week he had a high pitch count. He's kind of all over the place, throwing a lot more balls. I wasn't sure at first if it was just him or if that was just kind of his strategy, seeing if somebody bites at something outside or bad.
Right.
That's a nice bunt.
Nice little
Nice
bunt.
little bunt.
And it's
Oh,
an
that's
error
a
by the
save.
first baseman.
Oh no,
and she's on.
that was counted as an out.
Oh, I guess they counted it as a peg out. It looked like it was a tie.
It touched her. After it came out of his hands, it hit her.
I guess the tie doesn't go to the runner. Better lucky than good, right, Troy? Sorry, I had to harass him because I know he said stuff about me on the air before.
Now we have Chola on the
Takes her first ball.
kick.
Strike. Strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Awesome.
Yeah, the wind's starting to kick up a little bit, so hang on to your near empty beers.
Near beers.
Yes. A high pitch, but she actually puts a leg on it, but they're going to let it go
ball.
foul, as they really didn't have a chance of getting her as she streaked down the line.
I don't really know much about these players out here, but I do like those yellow shoes.
Another bunt, but it
Nice
looks like the
little
catcher's
bunt.
going to be able to handle it.
Oh, to the
And
ground.
oh.
Touches the base and she's out.
We have 2 outs right now, so
2 outs. Who we got coming up next?
next kicker it's Rocio, and I
Rocio,
think
she
she's
looks a little
injured.
hurt.
Yes.
I don't know if that's Rocio or Chio.
Yeah, Chio,
Yes.
Rocio. That's a
Oh, okay.
nickname for Rocio.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
Yeah. The only reason I know that is because I've dated Chio. No relation, though.
No,
That's
you-
not her.
You learned something about the culture, though.
Definitely. Got some dirt in my mouth. That was awesome. Looks like those shorts are a little big for Rich there. Keep falling down. Probably going for the Cholo look. Strike.
Yes.
Anything you could do to get in the opponent's mind, Rich will try.
A fresh moon.
And actually, a lot of his pitches seem to be coming in kind of high if they let it go. If I don't know if this ref is calling them a little bit higher, but that
He
was
might
above
because
her
you can
knee.
you can kind of see there's your ball. Because when Rick is pitching, he pitches a little high too. You can see. Foul. 2 fouls. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yes.
I believe that's what it is.
I will not argue with you.
I try and
It's
pay
a nice
attention.
little bunt.
Nice
Third
bunt.
baseman comes up and
Right up
guns
to
over.
first.
Oh, but the throw tails in, and she's able to get on. As the first baseman, Troy, there had a hard issue as the ball and the runner were converging almost at the same time. So.
It looked like he didn't want to run into her.
Yeah, you can tell that Chio was having trouble to run to first base.
Definitely. I mean, you don't want to injure that leg anymore, I guess. I'd feel kind of bad, too. Unless you're Mark and you're ruthless.
Equal opportunity, my friend. And Manny, I believe, number 3, will to verify that, had a nice bunt down there, advances the runner second. He's on himself. And then now Hugo is up. It looked like for a minute, Rich, they're going to have a clean inning here. They got 2 outs. Let's see if the KNS gets a 2-out rally. But
and what I've seen from this from Hugo in previous games, he kicks pretty deep, so everybody's ready for it. And as I say that,
and foul
popped
territory.
up,
Did he make the
caught?
Oh,
The ground, so it was.
the camera probably didn't catch that because that sliced out foul just past first base. The right fielder came up, went to make the catch, bounced off his chest, and then he had to make a diving grab to make a second attempt at it. It looked like he may have caught it, but the ground may have helped. The refs just called it foul. That's why you catch it the first time.
Next year, hopefully, we'll have some cameras up there so we can get a better
Yeah, that was
view.
a difficult angle. It was coming out there. It was a good run by the right fielder to get there, so it wasn't the easiest thing in the world, but something he should have had. Because for SMK right now, down 3-0, if they get out of this inning, that could be a big,
right.
3 is an, insurmountable lead. And here's another kick.
Popped
slicing.
up. Second chance to catch it, and it's caught.
That right fielder, once again, bounces off his chest, but this time not too far away where he can make a second grab at it.
So we're starting bottom of the third, right?
That's correct. Are you writing this down?
Not the bottoms and all. Actually, I was gonna say, isn't that it's the bottom of the second?
Let's ask. Hey, Rep, bottom 3, bottom 2? Bottom 2. Alrighty then. Just going to take a second to let everybody know to check out the No Big Deal podcast coming up in November. Sonny and Serge will be coming at you with some comedy sketches. Should be a good time. Everybody will have a lot of fun listening to their podcast. They won't do it live like we do, but you'll be able to listen in at their website, www.nobigdealpodcast.com.
First pitch a foul, and I believe this is Omar. I'm not sure. I'm not well acquainted with either of these teams too well, but
I believe you're correct.
I know some individuals. Actually, this is my first
Foul
experience to see KNS, so I'm actually pretty excited to check them out. When Kicks played them, I was out of town for that one. So
Correct.
So let's see if they live up to the
And
billing.
they're actually fielding a full team.
Yes.
3 fouls. Past couple of matches, they've had.
Down a couple numbers.
Yeah, they were down a couple, but they have a nice outfield going for them.
One of the big things I noticed will help the team out is the competency and the level of play from the girls on the team. And from what I've seen the 3 that have come up. A bunt and a stumble by the pitcher, 42.
Rick
takes a dive there. It looks like he's all right. And Omar's on.
looked like he tripped up on his feet, but I do agree. Kicking and Screaming does definitely have some pretty attentive female players.
Yeah, Kelsey got up there first to kick, and she skied one out there in the outfield. And that's not easily done by all the girls in the league to just boom one out there.
Well, then
So-
if you notice, Rocio made it all the way
Yeah.
to second base, and she's hurt.
Oh, a close
Planted
play.
his foot right before he
Well, did he get on?
was
he
counted
safe?
out.
Oh, out, but he advanced the runner to second as he put one down the line.
It looks like he hit the plate before it was called
I
out.
couldn't
but
see it. I got a pull over here, but yeah, one on, one out, and let's see if Rich can help out his cause and see if he can bring in Omar.
Looks like Rick's going to
And
walk him.
The intentional walk.
Recognizes that Rich is a powerful kicker.
And that brings up Tina. I'm sorry. You
Troy.
know what? It
Tina
says-
is actually out.
I was like, I'm not trying to make fun of Troy like I always do. Okay. So, Troy, I'll call him Troy.
Yeah, Tina's actually out tonight.
He goes up. He's looking for the straight bunt with 2 on, 1 out. Fouled it off to the right. Here comes the second pitch. Oh, and he tried to just shin it in with his knee, something like that.
Foul.
But yes.
But yeah, like you were saying, the female kickers on Kicking and Screaming are actually, I mean, they're pretty phenomenal for.
I think that makes that'll separate a lot of the great teams from the good teams.
Right.
Is the level of defense they can play and the level of at bats they can produce. As
Not to
well.
say that any other female on any other team is bad.
No. Wow, that seemed a little high for a strike.
You know, I was about to say that his strike zone seems kind of small, but after that, maybe it's kind of
He-
small width-wise, but height-wise it's not.
Oh, Troy gets down the bunt that
Ground-
rolls. Oh, too far, and they're
Oh,
able to get
man.
the force out at third. There's still 2 on, first and second with 2 outs. See, no, it says Tina, and then Troy's right underneath. I'm assuming
Okay,
this is
Tina's out. Do you go under? Who's underneath Troy?
Barbie.
Barbie.
Oh no, it's Tina and then Troy is what it says here.
Okay, yeah. No, this is Barbie though.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I wasn't looking at the field. I was off in the distance. But
Yeah, I
this
believe
is
Barbie just bunted one foul. Looked like they nearly had it though. And that's the thing that plays into it, depending on your strengths and weaknesses. Like what I noticed with the previous game with New Kicks on the Block, they loaded all the guys up front, and then they had the girls coming on. They have a
Right.
very deep bench, so they really don't get too much of a chance to bat around unless they really get going. So they strike first, and if they don't, they're going to kind of suffer through the bottom part of their lineup and hope to get back to the top. Whoa. As it hits right at the beginning of the plate. And the catcher's arguing with him.
How many balls did he say?
I did not catch that, sorry. And, ooh, another bunt attempt.
That was her final foul, and she's out.
Oh.
3 outs. No score. Rich on second. Itching for it.
It was a very defensive kick that she gave right there, but with the ref calling those high balls there, I think you have to protect that zone and make an attempt at it.
And you got to give it up to Suck My Kick. Defensively, at the very beginning, they kind of let it slip, but they have yet to let another score happen since.
I think one of their big things, what I've noticed in the last 2 weeks, is that base running. When they have when they're on the field and tracking down the runners and knowing the situation, where to go with the ball. If somebody's leading off, and then also executing that'll go a long way. A good defensive team will take you pretty far.
What's an issue that they have next season to work on?
Got the whole off season. We'll interview Rich for his off season training program.
So we have the top of the list right here with Sosa once again kicking.
Complaining about another high call, but it looks like it's going both ways, so I don't think they can complain too much.
So is this bottom
Same
3?
pitch gets called as a ball.
Yeah, I think
This
so,
should be top.
We were
Kicking
at,
and Screaming is the top as the visitors.
okay. Top of the third. Score is 0-3. If you can't see on our screen. Is
3-1
Rich,
count.
walking him or?
No, Rich tends to like to nibble on the corners. What I've noticed. I don't know about you, Carlos, but if that's
Yes.
your
He's
experience.
He's kind of like baiting him.
Yeah, I do agree.
He likes to play a
Strike.
little cat and mouse with you. He's gonna work. You know,
He's going to work the outside a little bit
Yeah.
and see if you can.
and he has a unique advantage. He watches being the commissioner. He's watched all the games, so he knows people's tendencies. So I think he'll definitely look to play and a bunt down the line, but the catch is right on top of it. But a weak throw that bounces in. Even if the first baseman handled it cleanly, I believe he would have still been safe because he had some good speed.
Definitely did. It's kind of hard as you're running to throw the ball at the first baseman and make it.
He was a bad angle to
Yeah.
twist his body and make a throw to first
Right.
or whatnot.
If you don't want to hurt yourself, I mean,
Well, and then additionally, a lot of the throws that Troy at first has had to handle have been tailing in, so that puts him in danger of messing with the runner there. So it's something he has to be aware of. And a bang play like that, you have to things will happen. I know the bunt, the catcher's on
Bunt,
top of it, but he goes
second.
for second, and he's safe
Second
there
again.
and safe at first. No plate at first.
it's kind of a replay of the.
Yeah, with kicking and screaming, you can see a pattern of like bunting and having
Right.
faster runners, and then somebody that has a power kick, and then put it in the outfield and try to score.
We have Rick up. Takes a strike. Looks like they're set up to score again. They're ready. SMK can hold them. Foul ball.
Looked like he went for a bunt on a ball that got up pretty high, and he was able to deflect it off, but it went foul. That's what's curious. I don't know if that's Brian's throwing technique, but he does that two-hand throw, which, if you watch
Right.
some kickball, you're going to see a lot of different variations of throws. Like here's a bunt. The first baseman needs to go for a peg out, which he gets, but Sosa's coming around second. And
Oh,
And the
save.
third base,
Oh,
it's,
Sosa's
they got it.
safe at home as he came from second, rounded third, and took home on the peg out. I don't know who's there at third, but somebody had some advantageous running.
Yeah, that's Marco. I thought he was gonna take the third base, but they got it under control.
0-4. That was actually a good heads up on the defense.
That was a good defensive play by them. Troy really had no option other than going for the peg out. Once the peg out hit the guy, the runners took advantage. Sosa came barreling around. Troy tried to get it into the catcher, and the catcher went for a peg out, which he hit him, but he was a little late, and the runner was safe. And the next guy advanced all the way to third.
Next up, we have Poli, who is our native patriot, and not a patriot as in soldier, patriot as in soccer player.
Since when the
Beams it
outfield.
out to the outfield. Right over
But-
second base.
Oh,
Right
and a
before
peg
he goes
out at
out.
home.
They
Pegged
got
him out at home.
That
Does
was a
not
nice
get the
play.
running
Man.
score.
Lady Luck is with SMK as a dying ball to shallow center. Center fielder isn't able to come up with it, but he ends up kicking it in straight to the third baseman, who has a great shot at the runner and nails him to get him out at home.
Poli is at
Foley's
second.
at second.
You know, it's one of the things that I've noticed about SMK is that defensively they are on. They really are. They usually are. They try not to let the score get run up on them too high, and they're really good at that. Offensively is where they need to work on their game. Bridges' first pitch. Ball. Who do we have up kicking?
Ooh,
We
I'm
have
sorry.
Luis.
Luis. Kicks it out. to
Skies it to left
third
field. Tim settles underneath
base.
it, and there's the third out.
3 outs. Didn't let him get that extra score, which was really good. Fortunately, That peg out was not an out.
I hope the camera caught all of that because that was pretty.
It definitely did. It
That's
caught
one of
pretty
those
much everything.
fluke
That's
plays.
where I
You're like,
watched
how
it.
did that happen?
I
I know the runner was pretty amazed that he was out and he's upset, but like no, it was an easy throw for
Right.
the third baseman to gun him down. Yeah, it was just amazing play and unfortunate for him and turn of luck for SMK. Now let's see if they take that and turn it around in this bottom half.
I have the fortunate ability to watch the game on screen as well, so I get to see those high balls and those awesome plays at home when they come running in.
You have the best seat on the at the house.
Yeah, I'd say so. Actually, let's make it a little bigger so everybody else can see. We don't have to worry about it.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah, there you go. Paulina is up to kick. Rick pitches it a little bit high. Takes a ball.
Another high one for
That
ball two.
was Ball two. That one was right over the plate. Takes a foul.
Party fouled by Rich.
Foul ball. It's the ground before it goes out. Foul ball. It's a little high. Look, it was over the plate, but it was pretty high. Strike one. That's the first strike, right?
I
That's
believe
correct.
so. Oh,
Foul ball. Fourth
out
foul.
on fouls.
Out. Who do we have up next?
Sorry, I got tied up over here. Victor.
Victor's up to kick.
Really high.
high on that
Yep,
one.
around his hips. Fouls that one off in our direction. So a ball and one foul.
If you let that one go, it would have been high as well.
I don't know. I mean, with the way the ref's calling it, I think you have to make that kick because he's been calling those kind of consistently, and he's able to side foot it, but the third baseman comes underneath it.
2 outs. Suck my kick. Next up to bat, we have
Windy.
Wendy. Ref calls it into play.
Oh, a
Foul
leg kick.
ball.
Comes the second pitch, and another foul.
Another foul ball.
No, a little outside.
That was
She was thinking about taking another swing at it, and here comes another delivery.
out.
And that's
Oh.
That was it.
Was that a called strike?
yeah, they
Oh,
call that a
okay.
strike, so it's
Wow.
an out. I believe that's
No.
That was
Oh,
an
that
out?
was- okay.
She's got only 2 fouls on her.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
the third
Foul
foul.
ball.
1 ball and 1 strike.
That was a little high.
Oh, and
They don't count that
Counts
as a
as-
double?
No, they counted fair, but
Okay.
it was an
It was
out
an
on first
awkward
base.
swing as she swung
It
with
was.
her right,
Yes.
but it missed and it hit her left, but it still didn't manage to go foul. And so she ran it out, but they were able to get her down there.
Bit of an optical illusion there.
Yeah, I got a good look at it, so I kind of saw what happened, but it still kind of threw me off. I'm like, wait, what just happened there? I'm sure on the camera it looked pretty fast, but yeah, swung with the right, got it with her left.
Suck my kick coming back out onto the field after that last series. Kicking and screaming, scoring 1. After actually quite a few repeated attempts to score without getting on base.
Yeah, they've had believe 1, maybe 2 rallies, and that's the thing for SMK. What they got to do is they got to really take advantage of it when they got a chance. Somebody's on second, they got to really bring them home, and especially now as the innings pass by. I believe we're at the top of the third or top of the fourth.
This is top of the fourth.
Getting a little bit windier and windier. Rich over the plate strike. He does. His strike zone's kind of weird. Because that was a little high.
Ooh, as that ball tailed, it ended up going
Foul ball.
foul as the left fielder gave chase to it, but it dropped in front of him. Yeah, Rich, I think he's highly adaptive. He tries to move around to the hitter if he knows him, or like right now, I think he's playing to the ref because a lot of his balls usually bounce and stay low, but now it looks like
Right.
he's
He's letting him go a little bit.
trying to get him closer to home so they give a bigger bounce, and he gets that strike call, but a line shot out to center fielder, but he's right there,
Out.
just dips down to one knee, and he takes care of it.
Who do we have up to kick?
This is Chelsea or Kelsey. Sorry, Kelsey. She
Kelsey
skied
up
out
to
to
kick.
center field earlier in her first at bat.
Takes a strike.
That's a
Goes
fair
bunting,
bunt.
and it looks like it's going to
That
stay
was
fair, but the
fair.
catcher makes a great
Peg
play to peg her out.
That was a beautiful play.
That was a great bunt, and I actually thought she was going to be on it, but Brian does a great job of actually tracking down balls. He gets out of there pretty quickly which is surprising because most catchers are generally under 6 feet, and Brian looks like he's a little bit over that.
A little bit.
Just a tad. What's he, probably 6'2"?
I would say 6'3".
We'll ask the ogre when he comes
Yeah.
off the field.
I remember for Halloween, I think he was
Shrek.
He was Lurch or one of those tall dudes.
That's a bunt. And out on
Out.
first base.
First base. 3 and out.
I think this is the first clean inning for Rich and them, and
That was
definitely a good motivator.
Well, actually, they had one before that because KNS did not score.
No, I mean, 1, 2, 3 inning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not a clean inning, sorry.
A little slow taking the field for kicking and screaming. A little too much Kool-Aid before the game.
Honestly, the game started off pretty fast-paced, and now it's kind of really slowed down
It
to
is
a
tapering.
crawl here.
Yeah, I think they're getting comfortable and they're not giving their best. But
This is a strike. Good eye on that one.
2 balls and 1 strike.
His strike zone is really tight as far as left and right is concerned.
You're hearing some grumbling from, at least the KNS pitcher. Rich hasn't said too much back and forth, but you've seen some calls from the other players. But I don't think the pitchers have too much to complain about because, honestly, that's a pretty wide strike zone or a high strike zone.
High,
He's
definitely.
counting it. He's counting it up around the knees and above.
Definitely high, but I'm talking about left and right. He's got it right.
Is it very?
on. Yeah.
You got a better angle with the camera right there, so.
That
Yeah, it's
was
like,
a strike.
it's right on the edges.
Yeah.
Sometimes you think it's gonna be a ball, and it's,
Right.
it's tricky.
Foul ball.
I wonder how was that one foul? I mean, unless I missed it. I mean, or did
Did it
just 'cause
bounce
it
in
was-
and then bounce out again?
I don't know. Or it looked clean to me.
If it hit his foot and then bounced off the ground and hit his foot again, that's a
Yeah, you might have.
double kick, and maybe that's
Yeah,
what it
something
was.
like that. But he keeps trying it. Is that the fourth one?
Yeah,
And he's
He's
down
out.
on fouls. And he even said as he went away that it was a ball. He shouldn't have swung at it. Up next is this Omar. Let me check my
Andy.
Andy. Oh, okay. So 1 out, nobody on, and this is really the time for SMK to kind of get their stuff in gear because this is the top of the order. So this is for their best chance to do some damage.
Well, and if anybody to be at bat or kick, if you can say, it should be Andy. He has the power to get it out there, get it low, but he looks like he's going to play some small ball. But he definitely can get it out there. Seen it happen before. They call him Dumbo because he can fly.
Only Rich. That does not count. Just because Rich says it. Oh, and this guy's just out there to just foul a first. Oh, I'm sorry, just inside the gate. And it hops over. Somebody can get a free snow cone with that. That's what we need next year. That's what we need to put up to Rich is a snow cone vendor out here.
Yeah, some
That would be awesome.
Well,
And
that ice
popcorn, snow
popcorn.
cones.
There's the ice cream truck that was rolling around.
playing
First game.
Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Another lined kick, foul of third base.
And that's another thing about Andy when he's kicking. He doesn't generally have a side that he kicks to. Just wherever his foot kind of points.
Random.
Yeah, randomly points.
I think some people are pretty good directional kickers. They can kind of aim their kick, and I think some people, myself very much included in that, is if I could put a foot on it and then wherever it goes, it's like so be it.
Right.
I'm not sure if that's what Andy's trying to do, but yeah, if you're trying to get more power into it, I think you're going to sacrifice your ability to get any real direction going on. He puts a foot into this one, but
Oh my God.
amazing play right at the gate
Casey
by
right there.
Kelsey.
Kelsey.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry. Makes a great grab in foul territory. It's probably just outside your viewing area, but it was impressive as she dropped down, caught her around her hips, and then put a hand out to stop her from plowing into the gate.
Daniela, up to kick.
Yep. She tried to belly kick it again, as she did in the first one.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I don't know why that's foul. I mean, if you hit the ball
That one was
above
a
your
strike.
hips.
Oh,
Well,
above your hips. Oh, okay.
She hit it, the ball ended up hitting her in her tummy, and it went forward into fair territory. So, and she needs this one.
Knees it down the line, goes foul.
And she's getting a little bit of ribbing from her teammates in there. Although if I were Tim, I'd be quiet.
Wow. He is the coach.
Happy life.
He's the coach. She's the fiance.
He's the coach on the field, but he's not the coach when he goes home.
Is it
I
fiance
know.
for females or is it fiancé or is that the same thing? It doesn't matter.
It's fiance and fiance. No, something. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never actually.
It's the same.
It's
I
the
believe.
same?
Yeah.
Two fouls.
And, she gets a foot
That's-
on that, but to the third baseman, and he's going to gun it down
Runs
to first.
out. Nice follow through.
Nice defensive play.
Out on first. Top of the fifth. This is it, right? Top five. Or
Yes.
They go to the bottom.
This is bottom of the fifth.
They'll go to bottom because SMK is the home team. So, yeah, they'll get another shot to tie.
Okay. Current score: Suck My Kick 0, Kicking and Screaming 4. If you can't see that up on the screen. Don't forget to drop by itsjustkickball.blogspot.com. Get all of your Sun City Kickball information. You can also go to suncitykickball.com. Get the roster. Keep up to date with the playoffs. Sure to be a good one for both the Rec and King of Kickball leagues.
Is this Chio or Chola?
This is Chola.
Okay.
Chola up to kick.
She had a nice, I believe, bunt down the first base side first time up. So we'll see what she's going to do as they have a 4-0 lead here.
Takes a foul.
Yeah, she plays soccer in one of the El Paso leagues, so she knows her kicking.
Foul ball.
She gives a little bunt there. Once again, Brian's on top of it, but as it went foul.
I'm curious as to how the lines work with this ref.
That's a beautiful bunt.
Oh, but they're going to let it
they
roll
let it go
foul.
too. Yeah,
Smart
Foul
ball.
play.
smart.
Smart play.
That was a smart play. Yeah, definitely.
I think a lot of times within the league, you get the third baseman charging down so quickly, they don't have enough time to react and think, like, is this ball going to actually go foul? Sometimes they play it, whereas
Right.
it would have eventually gone foul.
Good heads-up play.
But third baseman is actually back a little bit further than what most people play for a bunt.
Well, being that she's a soccer player, maybe he knows that she kicks that bunt a little bit harder. Maybe he's expecting Brian to pick up the ball a little bit closer because Brian does he's a little bit quicker.
Yes.
So the distance might actually make it up. It might be half and half for them.
Oh, it turns out that was the fourth foul.
Fourth foul, and she takes the out. We have Chio up next.
That's the first out.
Chio got her injury. Managed to make it. Yeah. Well, we don't have anything written down. We don't have.
have it written down, but I didn't think it was 4.
Yeah, it was 4 out. 4.
Are you sure it's 4? Apparently there's some controversy whether it was 4 fouls or not. It was close.
I believe it was.
Beautiful strike by Rich.
Another kick out there, bunt,
Bunt.
and the catcher's able to handle
First.
it and toss to first.
Out.
She's gone. It looks like Rich is actually starting to pick up his tempo, move it along a little bit more.
You
Kinda
can
get
kind
through
of
the
see
kicks.
it when he dances around a little bit more out there when he's pitching. You'll see him take a couple of steps and then he throws the pitch out there. Kind of like a two-step. Did you see that? It's it's a total of 4 steps. Watch him. I know it's kind of weird, but I've been noticing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, yeah, he does his first one's like a sidestep off to the side there.
He kind of kicks his heel
Yes.
and then
He has his own reach roll too.
yeah, it's kind of like a dance.
The Fred Astaire of the diamond.
I think that should be his new name.
Oh, and a nice kick, but right to
And
Daniela, and she's able to handle it.
Barbie, right?
Oh, Barbie,
Yeah,
sorry.
That catch was with the fingertips. That was impressive.
That was very nice. She broke a nail. She's complaining about it. And she's pissed. She's actually pointing over there and saying, "You broke my nail." Yep.
Yeah,
Still looking at that nail. She's
No
like, "Look,
kidding.
I
I
just
think she
bought
broke-
this nail last night." Those Koreans work so hard to do my nails.
It was $25.
Oh. KNS yet to score again. Coming up to
I
the
believe this is three.
bottom of the fifth. This should
Yeah,
be
this is their last
the
chance.
last
Believe they've quieted them for the last 3 innings. Oh no, because it was they got 3 in
they
the
got up
first,
to second
and
base
then-
on the third. In the third.
Yeah, they tagged in a run somewhere in there. So
Brian's up to kick.
he goes for the
Line
bunt, but it's
drive
to the
to
first
first
baseman who
base.
just pegs him out or touches him out right there. Little surprised. I think Brian was just trying to get on base, maybe catch him off guard, but somebody with his ability to kick, I'm surprised he kind of went with the bunt there, especially leading off the inning.
I think it kind of like rolled off his foot. I don't think he expected it to be quite a bunt. It looked like he actually hit it with some power. I don't know. That was just me. And we have Omar up. Is that who this is?
Yes. Sorry. The wind's playing.
Omar kicks it deep out to
That's
second
an
out.
base and out.
Nice little moon ball out there and comes in and handles it.
That wind would have
Really,
carried it if that wind wasn't.
He kicked it
Yes.
very hard, but it really didn't go as far as it looked like it was going to go. It actually, he was about 5 yards behind second base when he caught it. Tim's up,
Yeah, the wind is playing
Line
does
drive
a little
factor here.
kick, bunt,
Oh.
and
Plants his foot again. Out.
they're able to get him at first. Another close call for Tim.
And I think that's game.
That's game.
That will be the end of the game. Kicking and screaming. Takes out Suck My Kick 4-0. Knocking Suck My Kick out of the playoffs. You've just watched Rio Network's Game of the Week for the playoff edition.
Game of the week. I don't know how to say 1A or 1. It'd be 1B.
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 Yeah,
'cause
it
there's
would
a
be
game
1B.
week. So you got some extra coverage.
That's correct. And
Got some extra juices from myself, JB, and Carlos. Be gentle with any critiques, as this is our first time calling an actual kickball game.
Yeah, it is my first time, definitely. So
Yeah.
Mine too.
I was kind of quiet.
Mine too. Considering we didn't write anything down, I think we did a pretty damn good job.
Yes.
There were some
yes.
lulls, but I thought we did well. We filled in admirably.
We didn't have no fancy
now,
iPad.
if you think we were better than Rich, Tim, and Troy, please, by all means, let
Let
them know. They
everybody know.
can use
Let
all
us
the
know.
criticism. We need to bring them down a peg. I think that's something that the whole league can get behind.
Definitely. Kicking and screaming going on to the next bracket, which we don't have in front of us because the broadcasters before us took all the information that we would need to broadcast right now.
They're in what I call the top bracket, the bracket with that had my team, and we lost New Kicks on the Block. So KNS will be squaring up against New Kicks on the Block. And we know LTA had to forfeit because not
against-
enough girls.
Oh my God,
The
I
Smoking Aces
don't- Smoking Aces.
Smoking Aces, so Smoking Aces advances.
advances.
And then it's I'd hit it against Scoregasms. If you went to the Kickspot blog or Kickball blog.
.blogspot.com.
Okay. Yeah, I got to save to my favorites. But Rich did a write-up on it. He feels that Scoregasms has a chance. As I think that's the only loss or tie that I'd hit it has is against them. Or, I'm sorry, is it them? No, they definitely have a loss against KNS, but I know from Rich's write-up they've struggled with Scoregasms, who is
was at the
bottom of the league
of
pretty
the
much, just above SMK. So it'll be an interesting matchup. So one more game to go, and we'll know how the next round is going to go.
All right.
So-
Well, thank you guys for joining us on
No,
this.
thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, definitely. On this, what are we calling it? 1B
We can call
edition
it 1B.
of the Rio Network's Game of the Week playoff edition. I need to make a little logo. Playoff edition. I need a guy that says that.
you need to
playoff edition.
You need to rip off an audio clip of Allen Iverson. We talk about Oh, no, that's practice. No, Jim Moore. I'm sorry, Jim Moore, when he's a New Orleans coach about playoffs. Somebody asked him, like, are you going to get in the playoffs? He's like, playoffs? Playoffs? Yeah, that's what you got to do. That,
I will definitely grab one of those clips.
There might be some copyright infringement, but nobody does have to know.
I think so. But
I don't think anybody's going to care.
It's a funny line.
Definitely not.
You don't want to talk about playoffs? The playoffs?
Maybe we could get the losing team in here to talk about how well they did today.
Do we want to bring anybody from the winning team? I'm not
Definitely.
sure.
If you guys want to grab somebody, I know that Rick already knows the broadcast very well. So if he has anything to say, it'll be a repeat of what he said last time they beat Suck My Kick, and you guys can tune into that matchup. No, I'm just kidding. That actually wasn't recorded, I don't think. But we did get it on video, finally. Suck My Kick finally on a broadcast.
Yeah, that's the first one for them as most of our broadcasting team, or all of our broadcasting team, with the exception of JB, who does the production behind the scenes, so you usually don't hear him. But Tim, Troy, and Rich all SMK, so it was actually nice to kind of cover, and they can go watch their triumphs and follies from this game afterwards, which is nice to actually see it. So
study it.
You know what? I'll have to say the one thing I haven't done is I haven't gone back to rewatch any of the games that Kicks has been on, to tell you the truth. So I'll actually need to get on there.
All righty then. Well, we'll probably let KNS have their tailgate, and we'll close it out. Thank you for joining us. My name is JB.
Carlos Lopez.
And Mark Kudo.
All right, we'll see you guys next week for the playoff edition.
Any given Wednesday, people. Any given Wednesday.
Any given Wednesday. Good night.